Hey everybody, what's going on? Mr. Tony of the Dead here, and I have another movie review for everybody out there. And this one's going to be on The Hidden. This is from the Warner Brothers Archive Collection, and it's directed by Jack Sholder. So something in LA is changing these law-abiding citizens into these murdering, robbing, going on a rampage, killing anything that gets in their way kind of a person. And now it's up to an LA detective and also this FBI agent, and they're going to find out where this person is and what is going on, and there's more to the story than meets the eye. Movie came out in 1987, and it's a little over an hour and a half long, and like I said, it's from the Warner Archive Collection. And I gotta say, the picture looks awesome on this. It's really good, especially the title screen. Like the very first shot in the film, you're like seeing through the lens of a bank camera, which looks like shit. Like you can't see anybody, you can't tell who's who. But guy comes in, starts shooting up the place, and robs the bank and that. And he looks at the camera, and even when he looks at the camera, you can't really make out his face that good. That's like such a shitty camera. But he shoots that, and that's the beginning of the film. Like he gets in this Ferrari, and he puts in a tape, and it's like metal music playing, and he's like going with it, and he's being chased. It's a big long car chase, and it's really cool. And like I said, the title screen and everything's like this like neon green kind of like letters, and it looks really cool, especially on Blu-ray. It looks really nice and shiny, and it looks, at least to me, it looked really nice. But the funny thing is with this, what's going on with this, is that it's kind of like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, except it's not like everybody involved or anything. It's like one thing. So like this guy, and I don't think this is a spoiler alert because you find out really early, but he has this like creature inside of him, and let me tell you, you only see the creature twice technically, but once in the beginning you see him. He's going to transfer from this guy's body to another one, and it's insane. It is like huge. It's like a giant slug, and it has like all these like arms and tentacles and stuff, and it's like, it's ginormous. There's no way it would fit into a human mouth, but like it makes its way in, and that's how it controls the person. And then it would have been kind of cool if you saw like an X-ray and you saw like how it looked inside the person, but they don't do that. But that's what's making this person go on all these like rampages and that. Like people with no former arrests or anything, they just like like I said, law-abiding citizens, they just go on these rampages. And for some reason this thing has this like thing for Ferraris and money, and anything it wants, it will steal or take it. And basically, well, say same thing, he will steal it, and if you get in his way, he'll kill you. So the FBI agent, has been traveling around and following this case for like 9 years, and can't seem to like, get a find at the right time, find this thing. And so he gets the LA detective Beck to help him out and show him around, stuff like that. And they kind of start to bond in that. And there's something off about the LA detective, or about the FBI agent as well. Something off about him. But he's played by, he's from Twin Peaks, is Kyle MacLachlan, if I say that right. I've never seen Twin Peaks. I know he's in that, but and I'll be honest, I don't really have any interest in seeing Twin Peaks. So don't say you should see it. I don't really care. I I know him as the mayor in Portlandia, and I think he's great in that. In fact, I mean, I liked him in this too. I liked every character. But this, I've never seen this movie. I might have seen the cover before, but I never saw it. I never knew what it was about until now. And I gotta say, I really enjoyed this movie. It's a sci-fi kind of cool. I like the kind of like those kind of movies, like something's taking over somebody else. You know, like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I love that kind of shit because you can't see, you know, but you can't tell who's who, and other people don't know if who's who, and it's you know, kind of a crazy ride. I don't know if there is an actual soundtrack out to this. I'm sure there is, but I gotta say there's probably a lot of really cool tracks on it because the guy, like I said, is all in this like heavy metal stuff, and just it's funny, in a car chase he's blasting it, and like he just like, I don't know, hit a cop car, or knock him into the tree, and he just like smiles and laughs, and is like going like this the whole time while he's going. It's kind of like funny moments, but it's not fun. It's not like, oh my god, it's so funny, hilarious. It's just like a, huh, look at that, holy shit kind of moment. But yeah, the soundtrack, you know, kick ass because there's a lot of good music in this. They don't, you know, say and music by or anything. It's just this, for some reason, is all into these things, you know. Ferraris mainly red. I don't think the first one was red, but he falls in love with this like red Ferrari then later on. But you know, it's just nice car, and they go to the Ferrari dealership, and there's all these nice Ferraris in there. And I never really realized how much I like Ferraris until, you know, seeing this parking lot. It was really nice. But yeah, it was definitely not what I expected, and I had a good time watching. I enjoyed it a lot. I gotta be honest, and the fact that this thing kept changing from one person to another, and you know, and the good thing is they don't show you, a few times they don't anyway, who they're changing into, so it's a surprise. You know, you don't really realize it, so it's cool they kind of keep the surprise aspect on there too. But yeah, it's really good. And then Michael Nouri played the detective Beck, and he's kind of like a hard ass kind of, you know, works all day, kind of sick of this shit. You know, the feds are coming in, and, you know, you can't tell me what to do kind of guy. And like I said, they kind of start to bond a little bit, and you know, you can kind of figure out what's going on when you're watching it. You know, you have to wait till the end to finally figure out everything, but you know, you kind of grasp what's going on. This is a Robert Shea production. Who, if you see it, it's a New Line Cinema. He was like one of the guys responsible for like Nightmare on Elm Street, and every time I see New Line Cinema, I always think of like Nightmare on Elm Street, and I always think, oh, this is probably a good movie, because back in the day, I don't know, I just thought everything I saw that said New Line Cinema coming up, I thought, oh, this is going to be good. And I still have that in my head, and it didn't put me let me, you know, down. This was 1987, but you know, not saying this started the Nightmare on Elm Street, but it's from, obviously it's not, because it's a couple of years after, but same people made this sci-fi movie. And you know, I thought, well, a Robert Shea production, I thought this was, you know, really cool. And I can't believe I've never seen this before. I can't believe I never heard of it. I'm so glad I got to now. And you know, there's some special features on here. There's a commentary by director Jack Sholder and Tim Hunter. Then there's a special effects production footage narrated by Jack Sholder, and then the original theatrical trailer. And there's also subtitles, which I watched, and they were fine. You know, everything worked out well with those. So yeah, I would say, you know, it's not, there's not a ton of special features on here, so if that's what you're looking for, this, you know, like I said, it only has 3 things, but I don't care. I mean, I would love to see more, but I'm fine, you know, whatever. But I think this is a cool watch. It's a really cool sci-fi movie, so if you're into those kind of like I said, Invasion of the Body Snatcher kind of movies, this is like that in a way. It's not so extreme, as in, like I said, everybody's you know, taken over by something else, but it's really cool. And the one thing with this thing, it's like you could shoot the person 50 times and they will not die, and they won't go down. The only way they go down is if like the body is like that's it can't take anymore. Like the one, it was losing like it had no more blood. It actually literally had to get out of his body to into another one because it ran out of blood. Like it was bleeding to death, and it just still walked around like I'm fine. You can see this blood. It was sat at the bar. The blood was flowing down. They're just like, I'm fine, you know. But here they were actually bleeding to death, and the body, you know, obviously once it's done, it's done. And this thing was just like running on empty, like literally running on empty. So it was really cool. And I tell you, I wish they would have showed the creature more, like the transfer, because I think I read that it was stop motion, and the actor that it was going, when they showed that it was going into his mouth, got so grossed out by it that he couldn't watch it. So, like when they were filming it. So, but if it was stop motion, I don't know if it was, they did a really excellent job. But I don't think it was stop motion. I think it was mechanical. It looks really cool. But yeah, I would say check this one out. I had a good time watching it. I'd watch it again. And you know, this is right up my alley. And I wish I would have seen this before. I wish I didn't take so long to see it. But now I did, and I'm glad. And you know, great actors and actresses, and you know, just a cool setting. You know, LA back in the 80s. Very cool. I enjoyed it. So yeah, make sure you check this one out if you can, and give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, follow me on any one of the social media links in the description box below. If you're interested in this, I'll put a link below where you can purchase it. I'll also put a trailer below where you can take a look at the trailer and tell me what you think. But like I always say, proceed with caution. There may be spoilers. Well, that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.